Hey guys, today I'm going to be bringing you this eyeshadow look. It's a cool tone eyeshadow look inspired by the new Milani eyeshadows that came out. The color is Bella Taupe. So let's bring you in a little closer to do these eyebrows. I'm just spooling out my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. And I'm going to be filling them in with the new brow product. It's the NYX Brow Gel in the second to darkest color and a flat brush by Sigma. I'm just going to be filling them in as usual, but I wanted to show you guys a step because I'm using a newer product. I wanted to see if it was any different than the MAC one that I use usually in my videos, and honestly I couldn't tell a difference, and the price point on this thing is on point. It's only about $5, like you cannot beat that. It's waterproof, it stays on all day, and I can say I'm pretty in love with it. It does set fast, so you just have to work a little quickly with it, but for $5 again, it's really good. So I'm just spooling out my eyebrows because you know how I feel about harsh lines. They are not cute. Then I'm going to be taking the usual MAC Prolong Wear Concealer in NC30 and just popping that underneath my brow to give it more of a sharp defined look. I guess people say carving out eyebrows, that's what the saying is, I guess. So I'm just going to be doing that here. Feel free not to do this if you want a more natural look to your brows. Next, I'm going to be taking this kind of beigeish eyeshadow and popping it on my brow bone as my brow bone highlight, just from a limited edition Sephora palette. You can use any color you like. I usually use Foxy from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. Then I'm going to be taking this Bare Minerals Prime Time Primer, and I'm going to be popping it on the inner and outer corners of my eyes. This is going to act as a base for my next couple of eyeshadows. So then I'm taking a cool tone brown. Isn't it crazy that I'm not using soft brown? But I just wanted to use all pretty much cool tone eyeshadows in this look. So I'm using that, and I'm going to be swooping it back and forth from my transitional color with a fluffy Sigma brush. And the star of the show, the Milani Bella Taupe eyeshadow, and a Sigma brush and a Sigma brush to just pop that in the inner and outer corners of my eye. I'm trying to keep mainly the Bella Taupe eyeshadow on the inner and outer corners of my eye. So I'm going to be doing the same thing here, but just packing it and sweeping it a little bit so that way there's even more color on that eyelid. So I'm using a small flat brush by MAC, and all the numbers and everything will always be linked down below, but I don't ever remember off the top of my head, so I try to explain the best I can. Okay, so as usual, just taking a fluffy brush and just blending out any harsh lines. Next eyeshadow we're taking is a Josie Maran eyeshadow. It's the new coconut water eyeshadows, and I believe this color is Playa de Pink. It's more of like a champagne color, and on camera with this look it looks more of a silver, but it's a very, very beautiful product. I'm so impressed with them. They dry to a finish or a feeling where I don't feel like it's going to come off of my eyes or it doesn't feel wet. It is initially when you put it on, but it's just so beautiful. So here I'm packing on a second layer just to intensify it a little bit more. And I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other eyelid. And we're just putting this in the middle of our eye to just open it up and make a pretty pop.
I've seen the world, done it all, had my cake now, diamonds brilliant.
Then with a little bit more of my Bella Taupe eyeshadow, I'm just going to be using a morph brush and just blending out any lines that we created when we popped on that middle eyeshadow color, the Josie Maran one. Next, I'm going to be using my Inglot gel liner number 77 and my angled brush by Studio Gear and popping in some liner in my waterline, obviously on both eyes, and I'm also going to use this for my wing. Then I'm going to take the color Blackout and a short shader brush by Sigma and just smudge out a little bit of the eyeliner and do a little bit of a smoky effect on my lower lash line. I did want it to look more smoky than usual, but of course I still wanted it to be blended. So after I popped on that Blackout, I'm taking Bella Taupe on a small, I think this is another small shader brush by Real Techniques, and blending it out even further. Then I'm packing on some more mascara. I usually wouldn't do this because I don't want it to get too clumpy. As you can see, it's kind of getting here, but I had the mascara on from earlier in the day and I didn't want all the eyeshadow to show, so I covered it. And then I popped on some beautiful House of Lashes lashes that I tried for the first time. Those are the Iconics. They're gorgeous. And now with the smoky eye, I do always prefer to do a highlight and contour with this. I just think that it puts the look together. So I'm just going to be highlighting with my Prep and Prime pen by MAC, and this is the Light Boost color. Just putting in the areas that I would normally highlight as usual and just blending it out with a MAC foundation brush.
Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I got nothing but my aching soul? I know you will, I know you will, I know that you will. Will you still love me when I'm no longer beautiful?
Okay, so then we're taking this Milani clean to powder spiced almond colored foundation. I can't talk today, and a small stippling brush by MAC, and we're going to start contouring. I forgot to mention that I do have on foundation already in the beginning of the video. All I had on was foundation and my mascara, and it is the Revlon Color Stay in the color 320 something, I believe. Again, everything will be down below. I'm just contouring here as I always do, just with a cream to powder product. And I don't know how I feel about this. I'm just trying to use as much new products in this video as possible because I don't want my videos to get boring just using the same things all the time. So just doing that there. Then I'm going to be taking my banana powder that I usually use when I'm not lazy to get my butt up and go get it when I'm doing a highlight. So I'm just setting my under eye and all the rest of my highlighted areas with this and a Sigma dual fiber brush. I love this brush. It's super, super soft and just, it's so good for so many different things. Then I'm going to take a little bit of my highlight pen and just go right underneath that bronzer or that cream contour because I want a little bit more of an exaggerated look to my contour today. I won't do this all the time, but again, if I want more of an exaggerated look, I do this, and it's a great little trick to know.
Rock and roll, the way you play for me at your show, and all the ways I got to know your pretty face.
And then I was feeling fierce. I don't know what that was all about. But now I'm going to take on, or put on my MAC Deep Plum Matte Blush and just pop that on the apples of my cheeks and sweep it back. This look is kind of more of a fall look, I must admit, but I just really wanted to play around with that Bella Taupe eyeshadow, so sue me. I mean, you guys can wear this in the fall. Then I'm taking the Betty Luminizer, the highlighter, popping it on the apples of my cheek and my Cupid's bow just a little bit with a fluffy brush by Sigma. I didn't want too crazy. I kind of wanted the whole look pretty matte. Lastly, I'm going to be taking these 3 lip colors, and the first one I'm going to be using is Stripdown by MAC, and this is more of like a brownie nude color. I'm going to be lining my lips with that, and then going in with the MAC lipstick Brave, then topping it off with an NYX Butterlipgloss. Alright guys, so that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, if you did, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!